What up, guys? Welcome back to the Big Screen Show. I'm Alex.
I'm Wyatt. We're here with you for Bad Batch Season 3, Episode 12 review and reaction. This one, if you look online, has been called filler episode. We'll go ahead and tell you that out the gates. Me personally, I do not think this episode was filler. I think it was a nice bridge to our finale here, and I'm getting a little down in the dumps that we only have 3 episodes left. With me, I tend like when I'm like watching a show that's has already released. When it's getting to the end, I slow down on watching the episodes, bruh. And sometimes I'll like stop the show and I won't even finish it for like another month or two because I don't want it to be over. And I'm getting like that for this show, but obviously I'm gonna finish every episode when it comes out. But I'm getting like that for this show. How are you feeling with the countdown here with only 3 episodes left of the Bad Batch in this story?
How I'm feeling, man. I honestly really don't want it to end because then that just means that this is like the final season, and that shows like any theories that we've had. It's probably like, just like open to like anything with these last 3 episodes, because then that just means the whole thing is like over, and we're not gonna get any more good Star Wars content like this for like a long while.
Man, they do so good with their animated shows. The animated shows have been on point. I'm glad we're getting Tales of the Empire. I think that
Yeah.
is going to be promising because it is another animated series, and Disney seems to hit on these animated series. As for Star Wars going forward, we do have
The Acolyte.
Andor. Andor.
Oh yeah,
We have Andor coming
Andor.
up. Andor is a very promising show. Acolyte, I wasn't too high on the trailer. I'm intrigued by the story, and we'll see what Disney has to tell. Hopefully, it's good. Like, I'm not here to see any more bad Star Wars content. Like, we need to go up from here. So, hopefully, it'll be good. We got sidetracked at the beginning of this episode, guys. We're going to get into episode 12 now, bridge episode. We open with pretty ominous music as Omega arrives back on Mount Tantus, where Dr. Royce Hemlock is waiting for her. He brings her to Dr. Emery Carr, demanding Omega be tested immediately to confirm their suspicions about her blood being the key to Project Necromancer. He leaves the woman alone. Omega tries to talk Emery out of it, but Emery is quite ready for a rebellion yet starting the tests. We hop over to Pabu, where there is still a big Star Destroyer hanging out over the island. However, the baddies are thankfully leaving Hunter and Batcher. Make it are thankfully they're leaving, and Hunter and Batcher make it to Crosshair and Wrecker, who has mostly recovered from his injuries from last week. They have no ship and no leads to find Omega. The opening here, the Bad Batch are kind of stuck down in the dumps until Crosshair randomly brings up his. Why did he not bring this up sooner? I do not know. But Crosshair brings up there's another person who might know where Tantus is, Admiral Rampart. You remember Admiral Rampart?
Yeah, he was the one who was basically starting the whole stormtrooper program and conscripting actual like soldiers instead of clones.
Pretty much, he blew up the clones' home on Camino and tried to frame, or pretty much he blew up the clones on Camino, and he got framed for it. He took all the blame,
Yeah,
even though it was the Emperor and the Empire's plans. So
yeah.
this guy is stuck in the Imperial prison because of that, and might know where the Tantus base is. So Crosshair finally gives up this information. Why he held on to it this long, I don't know. He gives it up, and they're on a mission to find Admiral Rampart and get this information from him.
Yeah, honestly, I still can't believe that Crosshair had all this information and he never told anybody. I mean, he's definitely say that whatever they did to him on Tantus really messed him up. But like, I mean, come on, I mean, seriously, come on. You think at this point now, you think he will learn had more? He will have given like more trust into them, especially since like he's already was hanging on by a thread to earn the trust back. And this is like a pretty major detail. And if anything, it's even crazy how like even Omega didn't even know about this that he knew.
Man, like it's a little frustrating from
Yeah.
Crosshair, but I hope that it brings us some more information on what really went down and what really happened to him on Tantus. I mean, put myself in his shoes a little bit, and like if I was tortured at a place, like to some you're tortured, some shit you cannot handle, bruh. And I might not want to go back there either. Even if I'm going with homies, even if I'm going with reinforcements, I might not want to go back there either, man. That's a big risk. So putting myself in his shoes, I get where he's coming from, but he should have gave up this information sooner and maybe even sat back. I mean, if we're being honest, if you're too scared to go tell your brothers about it and they can go complete this mission, because y'all been trying to find this Tantus base for a minute now.
Yeah, I know. I know Crosshair tried to keep it vague where he didn't exactly knew, even though Admiral Rampart was like the best one to know for sure. But he also mentioned how Rampart isn't very known to be truthful. But then again, he is also the fall guy for the Empire for the whole Camino explosion for like the base and everything for cloning.
Hmm. So, Admiral Rampart,
Yeah, it turns
they're gonna
out.
go get.
Yeah,
They're gonna go get him.
yeah, it turns
And
out
I
he.
think
Oh, yeah, what's
yeah, you
on?
can go.
Oh yeah. So yeah, so find out he's actually in a labor camp. Yeah, the thing, a dude
Man,
who was like in the high point of politics is now just working manual labor for the rest of his life.
man, I love how they had him arguing with the other species. Like they're in there working together, and he's in there arguing with the other species. He can't understand what he's saying. So obviously, he's having a hard time at this prison. Before they take off and find out that he's at the prison, they're interrupted by the arrival of AZ and Fee, as she's the only one with a working ship. At the moment, she joins their mission. So the big problem was they didn't have a ship to get off the island. And then Fee pulls up out of nowhere from these underground tunnels and just like, hey guys, I got a ship. I'll help anybody who's friends with Brown Eyes. So we get the Fee Crosshair introduction. And they're off to a labor camp to rescue Admiral Rampart. Fee daringly slides her ship in with the engines off, scaring the heck out of the batch, and they arrive on Erebus. She drops off the batch and they slip into the first checkpoint. It just so happens that Rampart has finished his shift and is about to be transported back to the prison from the mine. Hunter wants to grab him from the tank, which makes Wrecker very excited. So we get to see the tanks that we saw in what was it? What did we see these tanks in? It was the Mandalorian. Yeah,
Mm.
when they had to go into the Empire and they had to board the tanks. And remember,
Uh,
the Mandalorian was fighting the rebels or whoever was the natives, and he was having to fight the natives on top of the tank.
yeah, too. I also think were they also seen I think in season two where they were on like the Wookiee planet as well. I think wasn't that also there?
Man, I think so. I think they were driving the tanks around because they're more like all-terrain vehicles.
Yeah, 'cause those things are go heavy.
Yeah, yeah, and we actually got to see them at kind of like full force this episode. Um, they hop on the tank as it rolls by, taking over the driver and the stormtroopers. Rampart is surprised to see Crosshair, and they snark at each other. However, there are plenty of other prisoners on the ship, so they pull over and let all the prisoners out except for Rampart. I thought this was funny. They just like
Yeah.
let all the prisoners out, and all the prisoners are just running with their handcuffs still on. Meanwhile, the Imperials have figured out that the batch has taken the tank, and they send out their troops to intercept. It's a tank versus tank fight on the bridge. awesome.
They know
Yeah,
they know how to do action sequences well for this series, stuff like that. Because like even though people say this isn't like a filler episode, they always do make it worthwhile to watch. You got some good action scenes going.
most definitely. Every episode has some good action with the batch, and the batch get past the tank and speeds out into the wilderness. In the process, Crosshair stuns Rampart to shut him up. Um, yeah, the battle on the bridge was amazing. We got to see the full force of the tanks. We got to see them jump over, pretty much take the tires out. The tank just like slides down. They get to just jump over the tank for the dub. Um, After that, they wake up Rampart, and of course, it's not a simple answer to find Tantus. No one person knows Tantus's coordinates. He says he might know how to get around that as long as the batch needs him. They're all in this together. So, pretty much, Rampart is doing his due diligence and is using his leverage to one, get off the planet, and then two, to stay alive once he gets off the planet. So hopefully, Admiral Rampart can lead them in the right direction. I mean, that seems what it's leading to. Like, Rampart is going to have a little bit of redemption himself in leading them to the Empire and hopefully getting some revenge on the Empire for making him the fall man. I know if I was Rampart, I would want revenge.
Yeah, definitely not a redemption arc for him, but it is definitely trying to get some payback for him being the fall guy. But wouldn't it be funny if, like, once they get the information, like the next episode or so, and then just be like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna leave you here so you can go back to jail, so you can go back to your labor camp. That'd be pretty funny. And so, 'cause I'm pretty sure
Man,
he's even stated how Crosshair wants to kill the guy. Honestly,
yeah, that would be funny, but I do think he's going to aid them in their battle against Tantus in some way. Like I think
eh,
he's probably gonna have boots on the ground, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I think
possibly.
he's gonna have a little redemption too. Just as Crosshair has had a redemption. I mean, this has kind of been like a redemption story for a lot of characters. So maybe Rampart gets his too.
Possibly, at most, I can probably see him probably have maybe like some connections with like some stormtroopers that he's probably like personally like brought into the whole Empire army. So maybe there's a small possibility, maybe get like some inside information, or basically end up leading to helping like Omega and Emery and them trying to like basically get them the coordinates and also like call up Echo and Rex, to bring in their troopers.
Man. We'll see what part he plays. He's definitely going to have a role in some way because they have to use him to get to Tantus. On Tantus, Emery has finished testing Omega's blood. It's what the Empire is looking for. Hemlock takes Omega down to the vault to join the Force sensitive kids. This is where our episode Juggernaut comes to an end. What'd you think of the ending with Hemlock introducing Omega to her new home?
Yeah, honestly, I think also gonna go back to what we theorized in like our last video. Like, it's definitely becoming a situation where we talked about Omega was definitely gonna find these kids. Like, of course, Helmet was gonna lead her to it, and now we're just waiting for it to start up where she's gonna plan the escape with all these kids. Because it shows in like the episode before, and which was episode 10, I believe it was, where
Mm-hmm.
we had one of the kids who was like smart enough to escape but was like held prisoner. So we don't know. I don't know if he was brought back again yet or if he ever will. I don't know. But I definitely going to showcase Omega's intelligence and trying to recruit the kids and try to see what they're capable of in some way or another. And I'm pretty sure Emery is definitely going to find a way to assist Omega since I'm pretty sure again, we've established that she's had like, an emotional attachment already.
Mm-hmm. I definitely see, like we've predicted in past episodes, I definitely see Emery being a big key to helping Omega and helping the rest of the children. I definitely think that Omega is going to take lead and lead these other children as she tends to take the lead in a lot of situations and has even led the Bad Batch in many situations. And I would say is their leader, is their glue that keeps everybody together. I feel like she's going to do the same in this situation and just bring everybody up as that's what she does. Um, the sorry, got that message. My screen was trying to turn off in the back. It turned off early. But there's only 3 episodes left. What the heck is going to happen in these 3 episodes? We're obviously going to have a big battle at the
Mhm.
end with Tantus. Uh, I guessing that is going to be the last episode. I'm really hoping it's an hour long or
Mhm.
extended at least like 45 minutes or something like that to give us just more time with the batch.
Yeah,
I still think Omega is going to sacrifice herself. That has
yeah.
been my big theory
And
all season.
I'm still thinking with I don't know, because with the Asajj Adventures that came back, I'm gonna stick with my theory where Omega is gonna go with Asajj and learn how to be a Jedi and stuff. That's my theory. I'm sticking with because
Okay, okay.
I'm not gonna accept that Omega's gonna die. I can't accept that.
I man, I don't want to accept it, but I really just think that's what's going to happen, and I think that's what her I think that's what her character is building to. Just like she will sacrifice herself for the rest of the galaxy. I think that is something that she would do. And I'm not against her going off with Ventress. This is just my theory. I'm glad that we have different theories. I love both of them. And man, let's see which one happens.
I hope
The
mine works out. I really hope mine works out.
Man, I hope yours works out honestly
Mhm.
too. I would love to see her go with Ventress, but I'm going with the death, the sacrifice of Omega for the rest of the galaxy. I think that she's going to see what her blood can do and how the Empire is going to weaponize it. I feel like we're going to have to get really dark in some of the scenes at the laboratory, and hopefully we get to see what's in the Emperor's vault. And I really think that they're going to use Omega's blood to maybe complete one of the specimens or something like that, and like that's going to be like the big boss at the end,
Probably
unless
because it
unless the
could
other theory comes true.
It could be, but I don't know because it seems to me like the vault was literally where all the children were held. Because I literally went back to like the third episode of the current season where it was like all the red lights and stuff leading up to the door. It was like
Hmm.
Hemlock and the Emperor, and it definitely shows that that's where what the vault was. It's literally storing all these like force sensitive children with midichlorian levels.
Okay, okay, man. I just have a feeling there's more to it. 'Cause I feel like I don't know what the Emperor was looking at, but I don't think it was the kids. I don't think he would have been okay with
Uh,
just seeing the children. Like I don't think that would have really appeased him. Because I mean they probably had Jedi younglings since like off rip on Order 66, and you haven't done nothing with them. So I just feel like there's more development than just the children down there.
no, it could be
I
because
feel like they've attempted clones. Like they have some clones, some bad clones down there, or maybe they're first attempting to clone and they're just uh just producing these clones.
Man, you do have a point, but I think in other previous episode, like one or our last video or the video before, you mentioned beforehand how like there was like another section from where like with either Emery and Hemlock or with the Emperor and Hemlock, where there's like another section of another door, and we theorized that that might be like another area where they were doing like the whole cloning process that has like the defective clones or like those proto Snokes that we were talking about before. So potentially
Yeah,
there could be like another level or another area from the vault that we
no,
probably might see.
most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. And I think it was Star Wars theory that was saying that when they went to the children, they turned left or right, and when they went to where the Emperor was going, they kept straight. So I think it's just a different room down there.
So it honestly could be because wouldn't it be crazy if the Emperor did show up in like the very last episode or second to last episode, trying to see about the progress? Where Hemlock's like, "Yo, I found what you're looking for. Come on down."
Man, what? And the Emperor's there at the same time? I feel like that would be like OV for the clones. Like they would not make it far. if the Emperor was
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
Probably, yeah,
I'm gonna
not
be
too.
honest.
Probably not. It's like the one time when we thought about like if Darth Vader was coming and to be like, oh, they're done for. He,
I mean, that's my other theory that Darth Vader kills everybody.
yeah, I don't know. We got like two, three different theories going on. I'm still hoping that my
Yeah.
theory ends up correct. But like again, if a theory that you're talking about actually does happen, I'd be devastated. But be like, it'd be like such a like a climactic like such a climactic finish, but like just heartbreaking, man.
Yeah, yeah. Um, any other theories for
No,
the last three episodes? We're down to it right here.
no, my theory is still the same, where it's just gonna be building up to this whole like breakout and war on Tantus and everything. That's all. I'm still sticking with those three things right there. Those things.
Uh, Tech return?
Yeah, Palpatine return, the whole lead up to like the war on Tantus, and Omega breaking out with the rest of the children along with Emery. Those are like my main big theory that's gonna span these last three episodes.
Yeah. People have been talking about the tech return, but with three episodes left, I really don't see how they're going to do it.
Yeah, I don't know, but I do know they probably are gonna bring back the shadow agent though for sure. I feel
Oh,
like.
yeah, he's definitely going to have his hand in this final battle and this final climactic of events.
Yeah, honestly, you know what? I actually do want to add this thing. They're probably going to send him out once they find out that the Admiral Rampart has broken out, and they're going to send him out to like to kill him so that he don't be talking.
Man, you're right. You're right. I wonder how the Empire is going to react to Rampart escaping if they're going to send more bounty hunters after him. I wonder if we're going to get to see Cad Bane.
Yeah, you
I
know
don't.
why
I
I
don't
see him.
think we'll see Cad Bane in the last episode though, because he's not like a boots on the ground, like I'm defending the Empire type guy. He's like, oh, you're gonna pay me to go get this bounty. I'm gonna do this job for you, but like I'm not a part of this type shit. So
Yeah,
I don't think we'll see him defending Tantus in any way. So sadly, I don't think we'll get any more Cad Bane. I'm trying to think of some other characters that we could see. We could see the chick. What is her name? The sniper.
Fennec Shan.
Yeah, we could see Shand help them out in some way because they're gonna need some help when they go to Tantus, right? I feel like everybody's gonna come together. Like Ventress is gonna somehow come together. Fennec Shand is gonna somehow come. Other friends that they made on the way is gonna come. Um, and they're gonna just form up. Hopefully that we get some like unexpected guests that pull up with the clones and pull up with their forces.
Yeah, so I'm hoping so. But that also does take out my theory I had in our last episode with episode 11, where I thought that they were going to try and find Cat Bane for the coordinates and stuff like that. But since like they had no idea about Cad Bane being the one like bringing in all these like M count level children. So like that things out. So he probably might not be making as much of a return as I thought he was going to be. So like if he
Hmm.
segue into like Fennec Shan and Saj coming back, which again leads to my ultimate theory at the final episode where like Omega goes with Asajj, then like that would still like be a really good follow up still.
No, most definitely. I think that would be an amazing scene to see Omega ride out with Ventress. One last thing that I want to see in this final episodes, I want to see Sid get got.
Oh man, that would be actually on the cake. I mean, seriously, she already done so much to be ruined everything, and
I know.
she ruined everything, and
I
she
feel
wasn't
like
on
everybody
screen.
wants it. I feel like everybody wants it. I feel like that would appease everybody if we just got a little sequence of Sid getting got. Like that was the end of credit scene is Sid getting got. That would
uh,
be perfect. That would be amazing.
oh man, just imagine if we find out that we see her in person in next week's episode when they're trying to get like the information from the different pieces working with like Rampart, and then
Bruh,
that way
what?
they get some final words into Sid before they take it down.
Man, they needed I if she gets got in these last three episodes, praise the writers in this show. I would love it at the end of credit scene, but I don't think they're going to do that either just because the end of this is going to be, honestly, I think it's going to be heartbreaking because I think we're going to lose some characters at the end of this. So I don't think it's at the need of the credit at the end of the credits, but hopefully we get to see Sid get got It's much needed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But other than that, guys, episode 12 was a great episode, great bridge episode to kind of lead us into the final events and this final battle that we're going to see on Tantus. This has been episode 12, Juggernaut. I'm Wyatt.
I'm Alex. Be sure to like and subscribe, everybody, and put it comments down for what you thought about this episode. Did it feel like filler? I think it's a good bridge between this episode and what's going to happen in the next few? Tell us your thoughts, please.
Theories. Will Omega die? Will Omega leave with Ventress, or do you have other plans for Omega? Let us know in the comments. Thank you guys so much. May the force be with you.